Howdy, howdy, folks. Welcome back to the channel. I don't even remember where we left off, but things have changed. Ah, yes. I showed you the view from my balcony last time. That's where I closed out the last vlog. So I have moved in. We have been in our new home for about 2, 3 weeks now. Munchkin is back and she absolutely loves it just as much as I thought she would, just as much as I do. We're still on our trusty handy dandy airbed. Nothing's changed there. But we're comfortable. We're very comfortable here. This is home. This is long-term home for me. It's so much further out from everything than I'm used to. I'm really that city girl who's used to living in the thick of it, but I love it. I'm in the hills. It's so much cooler up here. Like, I don't have AC and I don't need it yet. I don't need it yet. I can see that when I start working from home more, because the late afternoons they tend to get hot when the sun is high in the sky and it's coming close over to where I actually sit. But the nights, I woke up one night, I was just on a sheet, under a sheet. My body was trembling, like physically shaking. I was so cold. And I had to, that's why we start draw for this blanket. And I never thought we would need this blanket because we're just using a fan at nights. Let me tell you something. Up here, we're in the hills. It's nice and cold and cool and it rainy more than down on the flat, but I don't mind. It's just so comfortable here. And I'm grateful that I have at least one thing in my life that's going right for me because I keep getting blows, guys. I keep getting blows. Remember that I said August was going to be a very heavy month for me because I had to I had to pay the deposit and the first month's rent for this house. I had to pay Munchkin's school fee. I had to figure out how we were going to get around. So I had to pay for some kind of transportation of some sort. It was a lot. And just as I was ready to make it through August and say, hallelujah, by the grace of God, we did it, my father died. So grandpa is no longer here with us. And that has been, I mean, what can I say? One of your parents died, and I have always been a daddy's girl. He has been a pillar in my life from I was born right up until the day he passed. Um, I saw one of my friends on Friday night, and here's how she became a friend. The very first time my father had a stroke in 2017, he was in the hospital for one whole month. And he was on that ward where people around him, everybody who was occupying a bed, they were dropping like flies. So to me, it was like they didn't expect my father to pull through. And one of those times, he was on there for a whole month, remember. And one of those times when I went to visit him, I was a stalwart. Like, I remember my uncle saying to me, thank you so much for, being there and doing all the things because his family lives in Montego Bay. His siblings and his parents, that's where he grew up until he moved to Kingston. So I'm the only one who's in Kingston. And my mom was there too. We tag team. We were both going every day at one point, and then we started to tag team because I had to go to work. And for the whole month, someone was by his side, and he kept saying to me, "You guys are the reason I pull through." Because every day you were there to help me. My mom would clean him off in the days. But when we were in the hospital that first time, I saw someone who I had at the time only known her from social media. And she came in with her father. And, I saw her for a couple of days. And then one day I saw her kind of draped over her father's, what I assume was his body. he was no longer with us at the time and she was crying. And all I did was kind of just pass her and just give her a little squeeze, because how do you comfort someone at that moment? But I knew what was happening. And I saw her Friday night, and she gave me back a hug, and she said, "It's 9 years since I've lost my father." And I remember seeing her in that hospital. That image of her draped over her father has always been burned in my mind since then. And all I could do was give God thanks that I had these extra 9 years with him, I guess, because from that very first stroke, every time I tell someone what his blood pressure was, they do the jump scare. They're like, "Oh, he made it? He made it, and he gave us 9 more years." And in those 9 years, I think I did everything that I could at the time to make him feel loved. And I definitely had some moments where I told him how much I appreciated what he had done for me, how he had made sure that my life was as comfortable as he made it. I had a great childhood, and that was thanks to my father. I lived with my father. I moved to his house when I was only 10 years old, and I lived with him for until I was an adult. And through adulthood, I had to move back home when I had Munchkin, and he was the one helping me a lot with Munchkin so that I could go to work. And I think I made him. I think he knew how much I appreciated him and his, everything that he did for me. And in those last few years, I'm so happy that we got to travel and create some memories together. And I think he was happy on our travels. He enjoyed exploring new places that he'd never been before because he was an avid traveler himself. But I don't think he had made it to Colombia or Panama or Mexico. And so I was really happy to be able to take him and show him some of our travels before he ultimately passed on. And so while it's been surreal to say that my father is no longer with us, I'm comforted by the fact that we got those extra 9 years since that first stroke, because that first stroke could have been a one and done. It really could have been, and he pushed through and he held on. And I got that extra time with him, and I certainly did all I could to make him feel appreciated. In his very, very, very last days, we moved him to a more comfortable nursing home, and a lot of his friends, his high school friends, went to look for him, and I'm so happy for that. They sent videos out of their visits, and he was laughing, he was jovial. I can say that his end of days were not, you know, they were the best that they could possibly be, I believe. And so, yeah, Grandpa's no longer with us. Me and Munchkin, we are holding on because, 9 years ago, Munchkin would have been 8 or 7 years old. She got 9 extra years of her grandpa. Their bond, I've never had a bond like that with any of my grandparents. I'm so happy that she has a bond with all four of her grandparents, but especially with my father, who I cherish so much. So that's where we're at. I move on. I still made it through August, I guess. We're now in September, and I just have an angel up above now. Up until this point, I've never really lost someone in my life who has been that close to me. And earlier this year, we lost one of my very favorite uncles in May, and here we are in August. I lost my dad, his brother. So, this year has been a tough one for my father's side of the family, but we'll make it through. So I know I wanted to come and share that with you guys because a lot of you have been here since my Mexico journey. You would have seen him on some of those travels. He was in the Colombia video when we were trying new fruits that we've never seen before. Jamaica is a tropical island, so we have a lot of tropical fruits here. We went to Colombia, we saw a whole slew of fruits we've never seen before. So we actually sat down and tried some of those fruits. And Grandpa, being he's a very comical guy. So he was some of one of the highlights of that video for me for sure. And he made friends in Mexico. I'll insert a clip here of him playing darts when we went over to some of those friends. They invited us for shrimp tacos, and he was there playing darts. The last birthday that we all celebrated together was in Mexico as well. I got my sweet tooth from my daddy man, so I stopped and bought him just a little slice of chocolate cake, because if I buy him the whole cake, he will eat the whole cake. And he was just so happy. And so this video is kind of, I guess, in just celebrating my daddy. And I wanted to come on and share just a little bit more, a few more moments of him with you all, because he was a special guy. And I just truly appreciated how much he was a stalwart in my life and in Munchkin's life, because I couldn't have done all that I did without him. So just a few more updates from this video, guys. I want to not leave it on a melancholy end, because life goes on, and I'm trying not to dwell on the sad parts of life. I have a lot to celebrate as well. Munchkin is back. I missed her so much over the summer, and she is back. And as I said, she loves her home. Jamaica also held its elections during this period that I was away, and this was my first time voting. Big as me is, as old as me is, this was my first time participating in the process. The older you get, I guess, the more involved you want to be in the country that you have chosen to be your home. I wanted to be involved in the process of choosing our leadership, and I took Munchkin along with me to just kind of involve her a little bit. I don't know how much she understands I don't know how much she understands of the process or the politics behind it all as yet, but I certainly didn't understand anything at her age. And the next time elections roll around, she will be able to vote. And so I don't want her first time voting to be in her 40s. I want her to take a stand and understand the process and get involved at a much younger age. I'm really hoping that she votes in the next elections. So it was important for me to actually vote, to be an example for her, and to take her along so that she gets a little bit of a glimpse into the process. I can't explain the process fully to her, because a lot of it I haven't even really and truly understood myself. There are just some policies and progressions that I wanted to make sure I was a part of. And so I definitely wanted to make sure that I went out to vote. And because of this YouTube channel, I got 2 gifts so far that I absolutely, really and truly love them. One of them is this backpack.
Shout out to Talachia, I don't quite know how you pronounce it, for this backpack. But it came in right on time, because my last backpack I use as my personal item, it has started to fray and look real shabby. So this one is a perfect replacement, because it is a little bigger than my last one, and it has so much more compartments and so much more other things we can fit in it. So make we try open up the box and see what really are going in at the in at the backpack here. So alright, yes. So it comes in this little Ziploc bag here. So, and you know how we stay now. I definitely considered keeping the Ziploc bag, but we said no, we're gonna dash the bag. But I like it. It is very high quality. It feels very sturdy, like it's gonna last much longer than the last one that I actually had. It comes with a whole heap of different compartments, as I say, and you can carry it multiple different ways. You can carry it sideways like that, or you can put it on your back and carry it as a backpack. It whole heap of clip up on it. Look at the back padding. I love that. So it's gonna be nice and comfortable. And that part is actually a compartment too, so you can slip something down in there if you want. This looks like it's gonna be great for even hiking if you have to wear it on your back for a long time. So look at that. This is me now trying to figure out how to open it up, and every time I try, I just find more and more compartments. So this is a little wet part here. If you're going to like the river or the beach and you come back and you have wet clothes, wet things that you want to put in the backpack, you can do so, and then you're opening it up. And I love a lay flat backpack where I can lay it open completely like this. And it even have this little secondary bag in there. I guess you can put your shoe in there if you want to. I love that. So I love that that open up, as I say. And then look at this part. So if you want like carry a suit or a dress or something that you iron, you can put it in this and then fold it up still on the hanger. It has the little clip for you to put the hanger and you just fold it up like that and you're good to go. And then I'm trying to zip it up here and I'm just keep finding more, watch out, more compartment that I'm finding out. So I think this is like your laptop part now. So if you have your laptop or your books or whatever you want to put, this is the section that you'd put it. So as I say, this bag just keeps on giving. I will have the link to it down in my description box there if you want to go ahead and order this backpack because it is very high quality. I love the quality of it. Love it. Thank you so much.
And the other one is this desk that I received. Yes, I got a whole desk. And the company that reached out to me, they actually wanted to send me an even nicer desk, an executive desk. But because of shipping constraints and how much it would have cost to ship that to Jamaica, this is a desk that I chose. It was a more affordable option. And I'm hoping to be able to give this to Munchkin eventually. It even has LED lights. We haven't put on the LED lights as yet because the desk is not in its final resting place yet. But I've been using it because I do work from home sometimes. So I've been using it to do exactly that. And, it has really and truly been such a blessing to have it here because we don't have any furniture yet, guys. If you look downstairs in my apartment, it's just me just a echo. Me just a echo when we talk to Munchkin. I have no dining room, no couch, no TV, no nothing. But I'm grateful for this house. So one step at a time, I know eventually it will look like a full house again. My first priority is getting a bed so that I can kick her out of my room. So her room is also very empty. We've been sharing this air bed here. So I'm hoping that at the end of this month is my first full paycheck. I will be able to purchase a bed for her and I will continue on the air bed until I can buy the nice big bed that I want. so So big thank you to Sedetta for gifting me this desk. I absolutely love it. Munchkin and I were able to put it together. It was a great project for us to do together. It looks good. I love it. I love all the compartments. I absolutely love that it has drawers so I can put away like beauty, like I do my makeup here, so it doubles as work desk and vanity. So some of the drawers have like my makeup stuff. I absolutely love this desk. This desk is also available on Amazon. I will put the link in the box below. That is all from me for now. Thank you all for tuning in. And of course, if you guys enjoy the videos and you want to help support the channel, all the links to do so are in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Monique from Kingston, and I will catch you in the next one.